Welcome, welcome. We'll be starting out today in a child's position. So the knees wide, feet close together, and making our way by stretching out the arms in front of us, by resting the head on the mat. Taking a few moments to arrive on the mat, feeling free to move around a bit, allowing that spine to rest, the back and the arms to stretch. And starting to shift more attention to the breath. So staying in child's pose for a bit. If you'd like, you can work on your ujjayi breathing throughout today's practice. So making that noise in the mouth, that fogging up the mirror with the mouth closed. Or just finding a nice rhythm of the breath where you can hear it like the ocean waves, the breath coming in and out. And today we're going to be doing a restorative, relaxing flow. As always, adjusting, as always, tailoring the practice to your own level and needs. Backing off if there's any pain. And always important to speak with a doctor or physician or specialist before embarking on any movement journeys. So, with that, we can come onto our hands and knees, inviting you to bring the hands a little bit forward this time and beginning to wake up the spine, moving up or down. And if you'd like, just beginning to slowly dip the hips over to one side and the other. Walking back, you can curl the toes to give the feet and the toes a bit of a stretch. If it becomes too intense, coming back to your breath, or going with the feet flat, or getting out of the position. And I'd like for us here to bring the hands out in front of us. I'd like us with nice control of the breath. As we breathe in, we can reach the hands back, pushing the chest a bit forward. And as we exhale, we bring the hands forward, bringing the chin closer to the chest, curling a bit the back. Breathing in, opening, and breathing out, folding in. Last one. Bringing the hands back down onto the mat. Maybe rolling out the toes, the ankles a bit. And from here, I'd like for you to make your way onto your belly and maybe scooting a bit more to the edge of the mat. And what I'd like for you to do is to bring up one of the feet. So, for example, I'm bringing up my left leg. So the leg has a bit of a bend in it. And then what you want to do is with your opposite hand. So if the left leg is up, then with the right hand, you can reach underneath, stretching a bit the shoulder, maybe placing the head on the hand. Taking a few moments to be in this gentle hip opener and shoulder stretch. It might be nice to add a little cushion or a pillow under that knee. And now we can switch the arms so the leg stays the same. And this time the other arm goes underneath. Breathing into the back, the belly, the sides, the chest. Breathing out, letting everything go. Taking out that arm, placing that leg back, making our way into a Sphinx pose. The elbows underneath the shoulders, bringing the shoulder blades back, the feet wide like the mat, hands planted into the mat, looking out in front of us, engaging a bit the glutes. And if you'd like, bringing the feet up, so there's a bend in the knees. Breathing in and out, like those waves on the beach. Bringing both feet back on the mat if you had them up, placing the hands underneath the head, resting the forehead on the hands, taking some time just to gently roll the hips from side to side. And when you're ready, bending that other leg now. bringing it more or less up to hip level. Taking first the opposite arm, reaching it underneath, doing a little stretch in the shoulders, as well as the hips. Exploring the possibility of softening even more into this posture, as if you were falling asleep. Reversing the hands, gliding it underneath the chest, finding a nice comfortable stretch. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. And breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Pushing ourselves up, bringing that leg back, coming into Sphinx pose once again. Feet wide to protect the lower back, shoulder blades back. Staying in Sphinx, otherwise moving into seal pose, straightening out the arms, really engaging those glutes if you're in seal. Everyone back to Sphinx. Curling the toes, pushing ourselves back onto the legs, sitting once again on our toes, or moving into hero's pose, sitting on the back of the or the top of the feet. Always feeling free to sit up on something. And we'll just do a quick little warm up or a stretch with our fingers, our hands. So what you're going to be doing is just grabbing each of the fingers one by one and just stretching the fingers back. Paying some attention still on the breath. You can also point the fingers down and stretch back that way. Coming back onto our hands, curling the feet, sitting back on the heels or in a low squat. It might be a high squat for you with the toes up or even sitting up higher. Just taking a few moments to arrive in your squat. I'll face you just for a moment so you can see. We want to bring our palms together, and then we're going to rotate them down, bringing the back of the hands together and going back the other way. So still warming up the wrists a bit to prepare for our day or week of being on our phones and being on the computers. And then from there, we can stand up with a bend, so a forward fold. And for the first moments, I invite you to lock out the legs, maybe not completely, a slight little bend, putting more weight on the big toe, allowing the hands just to hang out in front of you, resting more the neck, the chin, the head. Stretching our entire back line from the toe all the way up the legs, the back, the neck, over the head to your eyebrows. Maybe pushing more weight onto those toes, softening more the head to feel the stretch above the eyebrows. Hands heavy. Breathing into that torso. Exhaling, softening. So in this practice, we can become more aware of our bodies and regulate different systems in the body with the support of the breath. And I think one of the best reasons is we also have opportunities to practice being kind, compassionate. Because in a lot of the positions, the mind becomes active, saying you're not good enough, or you should do this, or why does this feel like that, or whatever it is. We could always respond with more kindness, more openness. This is the practice. It's not to achieve some sort of position or be in some kind of cool looking stretch. It's about raising awareness, regulating, and being more kind to ourselves in moments of difficulty. Now, inviting everyone to bend the knees, placing the hands on the mat. Big bend in the knees. I'd like for you to rest your belly and your chest on the legs. So imagining now that the chest and the belly are glued to your legs. So I don't want you to lose that contact. Softening the head. And from here, beginning to straighten the legs. If your chest or belly starts to lift up, and bend the legs more.
So we kind of want to just rest, let go, putting all the effort and the work on the legs. Breathing here. The only movement in the top of the body, because it's so relaxed, is through the breath. It's okay. This guy's saying hello to everyone. Straightening up the legs or keeping them bent, walking back onto our hands and knees, making our way onto our bottom, bringing the legs out in front of us. Actually, I want everyone to bend their knees. You can stretch out the butt cheeks, rest more on those hip bones, bend in the knees. Again, resting the chest, the belly on those legs. And here, with the support of the hands, beginning to straighten out the legs. So, this isn't about straightening out the legs, it's about being connected close to your body and then feeling the sensations that arise, responding skillfully to those sensations by relaxing with the breath, by being more kind. And maybe after a while, you go just another millimeter or centimeter deeper, and we repeat. If you're holding a lot of tension in your jaw or tongue right now, see if you can soften that. Walking the hands back. You can straighten out the legs now if they weren't straight. And just to see the difference now, repeating. So with the legs straight, we can bring our hands forward. Again, trying to soften the shoulders, the face, the upper body. As we breathe in, we can lengthen the spine. So kind of reaching the chest forward to the feet. And on the exhale, we can soften, go lower. And perhaps in these positions where you really feel lots of sensations in the body, and you might notice some judgment there that, oh, this is horrible, or this is painful, or I'm so inflexible, or whatever it is. Maybe those are the positions you should practice more and practice more just being with the raw sensations without all the thinking and judgments, and practice being kind to how you react. Can you still care for your body, even though it might not be exactly as your ego wants it right now. This is the practice. Straightening the spine, just a little twist. From here, you can bring both hands to one side and twist this way. If you'd like, you can cross one of the feet over the other, twist that way. Some people like to do the bind, so you bring the hand through the leg, reach it around, grab the other leg, open up that way. Breathing in, we lengthen, and breathing out, we twist. Maybe even stretching the eyes a bit by trying to look to the corner. Repeating on the other side. Coming back to center. Bending the knees. Hands can come in back. Just taking a little bit of time to windshield wiper the legs. Small windshield wipers, bigger ones. Hugging the legs. Stretching up. And with the support of the hands, either on the sides or grabbing on to the legs, making our way onto our backs. Knees can be bent, falling in on each other. Resting here before your next thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.